안녕하세요 여러분. Hi guys. Welcome to Learn Korean with Clara 쌤. 한국어 같이 배워요. Today we are going to learn the three words 나, 너, 저, and we'll see how these three words change their forms with the different particles in Korean. 나, 너, 저, these are pronouns. They mean respectively I or me for 나, and you for 너, and 저 has the same meaning as 나, but it is a polite form. For this lesson, we'll see how these three pronouns change their forms depending on the particles that come right behind, and also the pronunciation of these pronouns when combined with some particles. In this lesson, I'm not dealing with grammar in detail, in other words, for each particle. For this topic, you can go check out some of my videos that talk about it in more detail grammatically. Some of them are already posted, and others will be posted very soon. When the topic marking particles 은 or 는 come behind these three pronouns, 나 becomes 나는, 너 becomes 너는, and 저 becomes 저는. For 은 or 는, the writing of these three pronouns does not change. If the subject marking particles 이 or 가 come just behind these three pronouns 나, 너, 저, how will they become? First, for 나, normally it should be 나가. But when the subject particle 가 comes behind the form of 나 becomes 내, then the correct form is 내가. For 너, normally it should be 너가. But as in the case of 나, the form 너 becomes 내, 내가. But it's pronounced more like 니가. So we write 내가, but when we pronounce it, it becomes 니가. As for 저, it's the same as the other two. That is, normally it should be 저가, but the correct form is 제가. With the particle 도, 나 becomes 나도, that means me too. 너 becomes 너도, it means you too. And 저 becomes 저도, that means me too with the polite form. With 도, these three pronouns do not change their writings nor their initial pronunciations. With object particles 을 or 를, 나 becomes 나를, and 너 becomes 너를, and 저 becomes 저를. But we can also contract it, that is to say, instead of 나를, we simply say 날, and for 너를, we say 널, and for 저를, we say 절. Here is an example with the verb 보다. The verb 보다 means to see. 나를 보다 or 날 보다, it means to see me. And 너를 보다 or 널 보다, it means to see you. And 저를 보다 or 절 보다, it means to see me with the polite form. When the possessive particle 의 comes after 나, becomes 나의, and 너 becomes 너의, and 저 becomes 저의. As for the case of 을 or 를, we can also contract it. So instead of saying 나의, we say 내. For 너의, we say 네, but in this case, we pronounce it more like 니. And for 저의, we say 제. Now let's see examples to better understand how it works. After 나의, we add the word 책, and with the contraction of 나의, we say 내 책. That means my book. For 너의, with the word 책, we say 내 책, but we pronounce it like 네 책. It means your book. For 저의 책, we say 제 책. It means my book with the polite form. To sum up, the shape of the pronouns mostly does not change with the particles they come right behind. It's just a few that change with a few particles. Here is the summary table, and we recap from this table what we have learned. With the topic marking particle 는, 나 gives 나는, 너, 너는, 저, 저는. With the subject particle 가, 나 gives 내가, 너, 내가, but we pronounce it like 네가, 저, 제가. With the particle meaning to, 도, 나 gives 나도, 너, 너도, 저, 저도. With the object particle, 나 gives 나를 or 날, 너, 너를 or 널, 저, 저를 or 절. With the possessive particle 의, 나 gives 나의 or 내, 너, 너의 or 내, but we pronounce it like 니, and 저, 저의 or 제. That's all for today. Hopefully this video is interesting and useful for you. Thank you for watching and good work everyone. See you next time. 다음에 또 만나요.